Okay, so that skit that we just saw was a very good example of inequality in application process in the workplace. As you saw, the gentleman that was the interviewer was obviously much more interested in having the female applicant as the secretary position instead of the leadership position that would typically be a male role. And this is because in our society we have gender-oriented careers. Females make up 79% of health and social services and 68.9% of education services. These are teachers, these are nurses, things that are the female jobs and careers that our society says. But females make up only 43.2% of professional scientific and technical services, and even more shocking, 8.9% of the construction sector. Can we go back? Well, this is surprising though, because we actually have a lot of women graduating in both of these fields with professional degrees, but yet they're not being hired, which just shows that there is discrimination in the application process. These are the top 10 careers for males in America. Number 1 is construction. As we saw, it was so low in the last slide. Number 2, politics. This is the one that is most concerning because we really need a female representation in Congress and in the White House, so that way we can have equality and equity to be spread into law. 3, math. 4, sports. And actually a poll was taken, and it showed that 59% of women believe female reporters shouldn't be allowed in the locker room. So that's also a stereotype that women have opposed on themselves, is that women shouldn't be involved in sports in that way. 5, emergency services, so that's your firefighters, your policemen, things like that. 6 is law enforcement. 7, chef. 8, tech. 9, comedy. And 10 is accounting and finance. This is a graph that is showing, that asks both men and women, do you think these jobs are more suitable for men or for women? And what's interesting about this, as you look to the left, you see the flight attendant, and the red bar is the percentage that thought it was more suitable for women, and the gray that thought it was more suitable for men. And as compared to the airline pilot, which is somewhat in the middle, where it says 7% thought it was more for men, which shows that our society today is placing women in more of a submissive and on leadership role instead of something as important or as an airline pilot. The history of workplace inequality. In the 1960s, women made 59 cents to every dollar that a man made. Today, it's risen slightly to 77 cents to every dollar. From 1983 to 1998, there was a 62% difference in earnings between men and women. That's extremely shocking, but obviously it has improved. Past wage increase rates show that equal wages won't be reached until 2051. I hope that this will be much sooner, as I assume most of you do. Now, women make approximately 3/4 as much as men do in America. And probably the most shocking statistic is the wage gap has ceased to narrow since the early 1990s. This means that the wage gap was getting better, it was increasing, but it stopped. It stopped getting better, and for many reasons, that's unsuspected. Reasons for unequal wages. Lack of negotiation for deserved wages. Females may feel, especially in those fields when they are applying for a job that may not be the stereotypical female job, they may feel uncomfortable negotiating for higher wages. Reduced hours. This may be because of a woman expected to take care of her family at home, and she can't have as many hours as a man would. And traditional female fields pay less than male fields, so a secretary position is obviously going to pay less than a professional degree. I would though like to point out at this point that this is no justification for that this has happened, and it is still a terrible thing that goes on. Respect for women in the workplace. ABC News news reports that 1 in 4 women in the United States reports workplace harassment, and only 1 in 10 men report workplace harassment. This is not including people who have undergone sexual harassment but yet have not reported it. And in 2013, women CEOs of the Fortune 1000, women hold only 4% of the Fortune 500 positions. These, though, are women as Meg Whitman, which is the CEO of HP, Indra K. Nooyi, who is the CEO of PepsiCo, and Marissa Mayer, who is the CEO of Yahoo. And women hold only 4.5% of Fortune 1000 positions, which includes Sandra Cotran, which is she's the CEO of Cracker Barrel. Here we have another skit that represents what should happen in a workplace environment when there's an applicant involved. As we can see with that skit, we had 2 representations, that would be the interviewers, and both a male and female, which help create an unbiased opinion when interviewing the applicants. And also both the male and female applicants were treated with the respect that they deserve as human beings. Hope for equal opportunities. There are several organizations which help to create an equity for women in different careers, and also narrow